What's up, everyone? Zeke Marshall. It's been a while. I'm creating this video because I want to give an update on not only this channel, but what's going on in my life right now. Feeling good. Everything has been going a lot better since the last time I made my video. The house I was saying that I was trying to sell is gone, and there will be some updates very soon about what's happening now. But the main focus I want to do is I want to focus on my direction of not only this channel, but kind of what I'm doing as my life and my goals when it comes to the passions that I have. This YouTube has always been a passion of mine. I've been in YouTube for almost, 2000, like 8, 7. It was when I was in high school. I was on YouTube and MySpace. Like, those are the two spots. But YouTube was a lot smaller back then. But that was before the ad apocalypse and all the ads came up. But YouTube has grown so big to the point where about 40% of the world's population is on as a monthly active user. So that's a lot of ideas and a lot of people and a lot of conjugation of people. And then you have the creators, collaborating and sharing ideas. And there's tons of stuff. And I feel like I need to put my foot in the pool, essentially, and try to build myself a community that I can hopefully empower them to be able to fix the issues that's going on in their lives. It's particularly in finances, because I'm passionate when it comes to my finances, economics, and macroeconomics. It's very important to understand economics. And when we were kids, and they would say how the rich read the Wall Street Journal. Like, the reason why they say that is because there's information there, and information is power. It really is, which is where this channel is ultimately going to end up in the manosphere, what we call the manosphere. Now, when I was there, it was MGTOW only. It was just MGTOW, and then there's an even older version, but that's lost to history almost. I mean, those guys are going the wrong way. Ultimately, they left YouTube and they're following their passions, whatever these may be. I think Human is probably, as one guy I would like to shout out, it's one of the best examples of, to me, the truest sense of what MGTOW is. He talked about the content that Rep Peel essentially is speaking out. He used to talk about it. I used to listen to it for years. And not just him, Tarpling and Monkey, and I'm first generation essentially. And now, once they learned, they found their enlightenment. What they were trying to, I guess, their dreams and what we call their destinies, or whatever you want to call it, as a man, becoming a man. You have to become something. So let's do experience. So the only way to do that is to go out and find what you're meant to do. I mean, you do that as you mature and understand and go through experiences. But you have to be open to the ideas of what that means, because if you're not, you'll just be blind through the consequences of what essentially it manifests itself through no power. You have no power. You have no control over high gas prices. Now you can't afford to pay your rent no more, which is what everyone complains about. But it's like, you don't even understand how economies work. So how do you believe you'll understand how money works, and how these simple solutions that a lot of our politicians, not politicians, because some of our politicians say it, but the guys in the background, what we call the establishment, or whatever name you want to give them, the elites, like what brings those two parties, we call them, together, is money. That's it. It's the power. And that's essentially what's happening through inflation. You're paying more because inflation's higher, but you don't understand what inflation is. So who you think is winning right now? They are. Like, you think it was a coincidence that Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos all soared major positions in stocks in their major companies of Amazon, Tesla, and Microsoft? You thought that was just, they did it within a week of each other? I'm looking at that and saying, that's when I sold. I sold the moment I saw it. And what happened 2 days later? The stock market dropped by 15%. Why? Because they were consolidating. And then they justify it, and Jeff Bezos justified it because I'm getting divorced. I gotta sell. in the market, which the market is a manifestation of human emotion, how do they feel about that? Oh, we ain't going to sell. We're good. We're confident in what your decision is. And this is why people question what Elon Musk is doing, for instance, when you buy Twitter. It's, how's the market feel that you're selling Tesla shares to buy Twitter? They didn't like it, so it dropped. People aren't as enthusiastic. Of course, and the market, I can't even go into that. I'm not going to go into that because it's too complex. It's so complex that most people will never even understand it. They just are recipients of the most privileged economy in the world, which is America. Regardless of who's running it, it's still the most privileged and the most powerful. Like, there are stronger economies, of course, but we have the economic power that outmatches all of them almost, which is what makes us the superpower. You have such economic prosperity that our military is better than all the worlds combined. Like, that's why that happens, because they are able to put the money into it. Not every country can do that. And people think money is a monetary, is an abstract concept. It's not. Money is a vote. It's a vote to where human ingenuity, I call it, is manifested. And it manifests itself through you paying for it. Why do you think Apple's so powerful? Because all y'all guys love iPhones. That's why they're so rich. Stop giving them money, and I guarantee you won't see Apple no more. But y'all love Apple because they give you products you like. And the product that you like is a supercomputer. You do realize that, right? No, most people don't. They don't understand just how the gravity of what that means. If you have a supercomputer, essentially, in your pocket, for what? This on an iPhone SEs for $500? I mean, yeah, that's expensive in some people's standards. But you can get an Android phone for now $50. I've been to Africa. I've been to the Middle East. I've been to all the continents. And I see the fact that you have impoverished countries who have cell phones. How is that even possible? It shouldn't be. But economic output gets it to the point where now, even the poorest of the poor, who mind you, some don't even have good drinking water, can get a phone. Like, this is why it's important to have an understanding of the macro, the big picture. Now, guys like Jordan Peterson, he's probably the best example of that. He knows the big picture. He looks at his entire life through the big picture. And his entire life goal, to my understanding, is to be able to manifest his will into the world through learning more and more. There's no such thing as there's no such thing as a concrete truth. It's only a concrete truth until it's proven wrong. And when it is, everyone's just flabbergasted. You're like, whoa, I never knew that could change. It's like the fact that human understanding got to a point where we were able to understand that we weren't in the center of the universe anymore. 200 years, I think it was 200 years before they found out that it was true. You killed the man who said it. And 200 years later, you looked up and said, oh, he was right. Well, no shit. If you just looked at the data, you would see it. But guys like that, with just like what's happening, as we call the manosphere, is vilified, as they are always, because the truth is uncomfortable. And most people aren't comfortable being uncomfortable. The people who are successful seek to be uncomfortable, because becoming uncomfortable is necessary to affect change. Even in a biological sense, your brain is designed to stay comfortable because it means you're the least risk of dying, which is what's your brain's primary directive. Keep you alive. If you stop eating, you know what it's going to do? Eat your fat. If it doesn't start eating your fat, you know what it's going to do? Eat your muscles. And you're going to start eating your organs until there's nothing left that it can do and you pass away. Like, that is what your body is designed to do. So if you're comfortable, that means there's a problem. You need to seek to be uncomfortable, but most people aren't capable of doing that. So, when someone gives you the most uncomfortable truth that you're not the center of the universe no more, you're quick to vilify the man. Which is why you have guys like Donald Trump. I mean, even saying his name in this video is probably going to get demonetized, but who cares? I only have like 80 subscribers. The entire, like, have what you want to say about the man. I'm not all for him or against him. I'm literally apolitical. There's no, I feel like I'm politically homeless. There's no politics that really see it. I see politics for what it is. It's negotiating. It's negotiating from two opposite people trying to find the answer, the solution to the problems that affect the society that we're in, which is America. The societal problem of, student loans, societal problem of homelessness, and the idealistic of what essentially what progressives dominated. The idealistic, which is important, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have got women's opportunity of outcome. Opportunity of equal opportunity of outcome, and opportunity of I forget the other one. Gosh, but equal opportunity, essentially, not outcome, but for you to be able to get inside if you want to. You don't want to. You don't want to cut down a woman's ingenuity. Her intelligence to create something that might benefit the world 9 times over, like Steve Jobs did with the iPhone. You don't want to stifle that creativity. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But you don't want to go too far, which is what clearly was happening, to where now you got to the point where you can't even. Most modern people are looking at what's going on and saying, okay, what's going on? And it's looking more and more worse. And it's getting, which is why people are talking about war. They're fighting with each other. And guess who you're not fighting against? Is the people who are really pulling the strings. But that's fine. Like I said, I'm making money regardless, because it doesn't matter what happens. I understand how it manifests itself through money. So I'm just going to make money, which is what I've been doing for the past 10 years. And I keep my mouth shut, and did it anyway. But it's important to be informed. But most don't want to be, and I'm not saying I'm the most informed. I will help as I create this channel. You will see me constantly go through what I like to say as my information highway. YouTube is filled with people. I get ideas from one person, ideas from the other, ideas from the other, ideas from the other. Find correlations. I'm over analytical, so I find correlations and I make judgment decisions, and they've panned out very well for the most part. I'm 7 foot, I'm black, professional athlete. Already I'm in a lottery pick of people. And then I'm not a dumb professional athlete, which most athletes, no offense, are in a position where they don't understand. They don't get how the world works. They just spend more money, or they do. Sorry, this freaking. I had a mosquito. I just don't want mosquitoes. But you have people who don't understand the big picture. For instance, I think one of the best guys I'll talk about that is J.R. Smith. As much as I respect the man for getting to the point where he is now, where he's finally seeing the consequences of him spending the money like he did. He finally sees it, but the opportunity cost is gone. You're 40 years old now? I don't remember how old J.R. Smith is right now. But yeah, if you would put that $40 million that you were talking about into a basic index fund from 2010, when he was playing in his top, when I was following the different Nuggets, if he would have put that money into an index fund, he would have made, oh my gosh, just COVID year. We just count the COVID year alone. He would have made at least 89% of his money. That is that's like $24 million. Now, I'm not saying, of course, you could have, that's being conservative. If you have the insight that I do, and of course, I'm going to lose some money, it's risk. But with the knowledge that I have, which I've lost some now, I can turn it into a lot of money. And I would have if I had the money, but I don't, which is what hopefully I can remedy, do this YouTube channel and my real estate investing and everything else I do. I want to be it's clear there needs to be a leader, and I feel like I'm the best person for the job in this situation. I'm 31 years old. I'm a professional athlete. I'm still playing. and I know my finances, and I got my real estate license, which of course it ain't much, but I mean, I've been in real estate for what? I bought my first home in 2016. So what, yeah, 6 years. Stock market, I was doing that since I got out of college, so 2013. About 10, yeah. Got some experience. And then, of course, I was trained in financial advisor, so I got my insurance license as well. So it's like, I know my stuff. And I know I'm bragging a bit, but it's like I have my credentials, and of course, I've traveled way too much to know the difference between what works and what doesn't work. Geopolitics, macroeconomics, these factors that's going to make your food be very expensive this fall. That most people don't even see it's coming. The most random people, they don't see it. You think it's bad now? It's going to be real bad. And the people who don't have assets, the people who really don't understand their money, have all this credit card debt, will be declaring bankruptcy, and there's going to be a lot of people who might lose their lives over it because, yes, they will be homeless. What are you going to do? Some people might not make it, and that's unfortunate. And that's the real world consequence of your ignorance. And this is the danger of being ignorant. But let me stop you there. Like I said, please comment if you made it to the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Comment in the post. If we talk in dialect, I will be more enthusiastic to make more videos. But as of right now, like I said, I'm waiting to create my studio, which in hopes will be coming very, very soon. And that's when I really want to start expressing myself creatively. So, guys, have a great day, and let's get moving.